Everybody, this is Bill over at Whole Life Soaps, and this is episode four of Can You Soap With It? And today we're going to do that elusive dill pickle soap I keep talking about. And rather than just use the a pickle or the juice from a jar of Vlasics or something, I decided to do kind of a deconstructed pickle soap. And I have made my own pickle juice, so to speak, using real cucumbers, real vinegar, real salt. I'm putting it all together, and that is what we're going to pickle our soap with. So if you don't know how to make pickle juice for a soap process, here's how we start. So we're going to start with just juicing some cucumbers, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, guys, step one for making, I guess it's going to be dill pickle soap, but we're going to use the juice of some cucumber. And so we are going to juice these things. So you need a juicer. This is a Breville. You could use any brand you want, but you need to juice the cucumbers. So I'm going to turn it on.
By the way, we juice a lot in our house, so, this is nothing new from me.
Where's the switch? Oh, there's the switch over front.
You're an idiot sometimes, Bill. Okay, so I've got I think 8 cucumbers that I'm juicing. It's going to give me close to 30, 40 ounces of cucumber juice. As you can see, it's just filling right up there. And I've only put in 4 or 5 at this point. This juicer is awesome. Get it in there. Yeah, spit it out. It's good stuff. I almost went to overflow, but we did stop it in time. Okay, so let's get back to the video. I'm going to take these ice cube trays.
You're going to fill these up.
That's right.
And you're going to freeze it. So that way you can make light water out of it. So
I'm not going to actually...
That's step one. We'll see you in the shop later.
I'm not actually going to show you me filling up the ice cube trays. I'm pretty sure you've all done that, can figure that out. But yeah, you're going to make ice. As you can see right down here on my screen, there's my frozen cucumber juice. I have over here on the right, I've got my vinegar and I've got my salt. Okay, I've already put the vinegar in a separate Pyrex glass. It's about 8 ounces. I've got about 20 ounces of frozen cucumber juice here, and I've got another 32 ounces of the cucumber juice / distilled water. I think it was another 20 ounces of cucumbers, and I added about 10 or 12 ounces of distilled water. I forget exactly what I did, but to bring my measurements up to the amount of lye that I need for my soap, that is what I did. Because again, this is 15-ounce batch, so that's what we do. Let's check it out. Oh, thanks, cutie.
Hey folks, it's Bill over at Whole Life Soaps, and welcome back to Can You Soap With It? And today we're going to make that dill pickle soap I've been talking about for the last few weeks, because I've been having to think about how to do it, because obviously I don't know if I want to just pour straight pickle juice into a soap mixture, so I'm making my own. Brine is what I'm doing, and we're going to soap with that. It's a variation of a deconstructed pickle. But let me show you what we got. Okay, so earlier today, I juiced about 20 ounces of fresh cucumber juice. I have a juicer at home.
It was closer to 50 ounces. I don't know why I said 20. I think there's 20 in that jar.
I took 10 cucumbers and juiced them down. I divided it into half. This part's frozen, which I froze in ice cube trays. And this part is not, okay? I'm also going to be adding a little bit of vinegar, and I already added a little bit of distilled water to the mix. So it's going to have a couple things in it. We're also going to be adding about 4 tablespoons, which is roughly, 80, 90 grams of dead sea salt into our lye mixture as well, because I want to create a quote-unquote pickle brine, and that's what I'm going to soak with. Okay, so the reason I froze these, because...
By the way, it took me a while to think about how to do this. That's why it's been a couple of weeks. I mean, it was a weird idea to start with, and but I want to make sure it's done in a way that you'll have a good end product. If you saw the peaches and cream episode and you watch the reveal, well, I don't want to say too much because if you're not a member, I want you to go be a member so you can see it. But we had some problems with that one. But I don't want to have the same problems with this one. So hopefully we're going to avoid those issues, okay?
To burn. So what I'm going to do, move my scale out of the way, I'm going to add a little of this lye in at a time. And before I do that, I'm going to put on my safety equipment because I don't want to breathe this in.
Okay, lye fumes are just as dangerous as lye crystals. You breathe that stuff into your lungs, you're going to get hurt. Okay, so do yourself a favor, invest in a good breather, invest in a good duct system that can suck out bad fumes, that sort of thing. You know, it'll make your soaping healthier for you.
You should never work with lye without either good ventilation, some sort of breather, or both. So, you know, I usually have fans going in here that suck everything out, but, you know, we also wear masks when we work with this stuff because it's nasty and it'll hurt you. You don't want to get hurt, so keep that in mind.
Okay, so I'm going to mix this in. I'm just saying what I'm already saying. I'm going to mix a little of the lye into the frozen stuff at first, and I want you to notice how quickly it melts. It's because the lye, once it hits liquid, generates a ton of heat, a couple hundred degrees worth of heat. Notice that it's also turning it brown. I was hoping it would hold the green, but it's not going to. It's going to be a vastly different color. So, but we've got all of our liquid in there, okay? And now I'm going to add in the sea salt. And I'm just going to actually, I'm measuring it. I put in 95 grams is what I ended up putting. It doesn't really matter how much you put in. You just don't want to put in so much that you get a brittle bar of soap. But I put in 95 grams is what I did. I'm just going to keep stirring this. Am I saying anything important?
4 tablespoons, stir it up.
No, same thing I already told you. It does take a while for the salt to break up. Sometimes you got to let it sit. You can see little white chunks of it floating by every now and then. But you just stir it up. I don't know why I'm stirring on my scale. That's a little dangerous. I don't want it splashing all over my plastic and ruining it. Yeah, just stir up your lye. By the way, it should go without saying that your tools that you use should be stainless steel. If you use aluminum, well, you're going to get a nasty reaction. Do not put aluminum tools into any kind of lye mixture at all. It creates a problem. So anyway, let's finish this up. Okay, and I'm going to go set this lye aside, and then we will be back. Okay, so let's get into the actual soap making process. You know, this is what you've come to know and love from my videos. It's just me making soap. If you're saying, "Ooh, your mold is dirty," I've been making soap with it. All I did was scrape off the dried stuff. It's soap, and I'm going to shave the edges of the soap anyway before I put them out for sale. But let's check it out.
All right, so now we are ready to make our dill pickle soap. I have my mold ready. I've got my dividers all set. My oil is melted, and here's my lye. As you can see, the cucumbers separated a little bit, so there's a little bit of brown here at the bottom.
The camera was a little high. This turned red. It was weird. It was a trippy color. You have a little bit of cucumber organic material at the top, which I'm just going to dump into the soap anyway. And the bottom layer of the mixture was brown.
Probably salt. I hope it's not because the vinegar threw the lye out of solution. That's always a possibility. You have a little bit of cucumber matter at the top, and then all this liquid lye material in the middle. I'm going to pour all of it in and blend it away. In order to get a pickle smell to the soap, we're going to use elemi oil.
That's E-L-E-M-I.
It's not.
Again, that's E-L-E-M-I, elemi. It's a really distinctive scent. It smells a little like dill, a little like mint. It's really kind of a really nice smell. It'll actually resemble a pickle when it's done.
It's not a dill pickle oil per se, but it has hints of dill, and it has when it's soaked, it actually smells kind of picklish. So we're going to use it for that quality. So anyway, here we go. me add all this in. Oh, by the way, I added a little bit of green mica and spinach powder to my batch to try to preserve a somewhat green color.
And you can see how red that this turned. It's totally trippy.
Represent more of that pickle, okay? Because I know that if I don't, it will be just kind of nasty.
I'm getting all the salt in. That's what I'm doing.
Just be this nasty brown in the end. It won't even be that red that you saw. The whole thing will just turn brown. So,
And if you missed what I said, I added a little bit of green mica and some spinach powder to help preserve a green color, so it resembles more of a pickle than anything else. I didn't want it to be nasty color like, you know, dirt.
so we got that set aside.
Okay, so now we are gonna get our stick blender going, and we are gonna mix this puppy up. Okay, so sorry guys, I have a cold. Keep sniffing. It's cold up here. We're snowing outside. I know I make some comments about the scent here in a minute. Let's check it out.
Other products.
Let me back it up just a second. I think I'm talking about the oil.
I'm going to add the fragrance in. Well, it's not fragrance, it is an essential oil. I got this from Bulk Apothecary. I like their products. It's like a sponsorship. If they want to sponsor me to promote, why not? I've been using them ever since I started soaping. I think they provide the best value and some of the best oils for soaping, period. They're a little bit more expensive, but the products are worth it. So,
okay, let's skip that. You don't need to listen to me. Oh, I'm saying something about the smell. I know I was. Here we go.
I'm getting like hints of dill and a little bit of yellow mustard and some other things. I can't, maybe even a little hint of mint. It's kind of nice.
It really is. It's kind of a pleasing smell. It's not very pickly yet. I'm hoping it'll be more pickly. All right. This took a while to stir. Let's get to the end of it. It took a while to come to trace, you know. So we will get there. Bada boom. Okay.
So let's pour this in.
Let's do it.
Mold. Voila.
Oh, look, I started to fall apart. Oh, recovery. That's awesome.
You see that side fell down and the soap lifted it back up, none even got behind. That was pretty awesome.
Shouldn't do that though. It should fit tight.
A smaller one of these, I don't have that problem, so I'm going to contact the maker, get a replacement set. It should fit tight. You don't want your soap spilling behind your mold. It just makes for some unnecessary mess, and it results in a loss of saleable product. Let me set that aside. And remember, why did I scrape that out? Because I don't want to wash any of my profits down the drain should this turn out and I choose to sell it. Every one of these soaps I make is a little bit of a risk because I'm making product that may or may not work out. And if it doesn't work out, I'm out the cost of that product, right? So I want.
And whenever I make one of these, there's no point in me making a small batch. I make between 30 and 50 pounds of soap at a time. So I might as well just soap to my recipe and hope it works out. If I eat that cost, I eat that cost. That's the part of doing this show. So
all of it in case it does. If it is a loss, at least we know.
I was kind of concerned that using vinegar in the mix would stop the saponification. Kind of like citric acid does, but it came to trace no problem, and it seems to be hardening in the mold after, so I'm thinking it's going to work.
Is that why we call this show Can You Soap? Last thing we're going to do, so I've got these boba straws here, and we're gonna cut them in half. I like to clip the little pointy end off because that doesn't make for a good purpose for what I'm going to use it for, but we're going to make soap on a rope. So I'm just going to cut that in half like that. And then at the very, probably about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch away from the side, I'm just going to set it up here. I've already got all my tubes pre-cut so I can do this quickly.
And let's do it. Yeah, and it's just it's a real neat trick. You just use boba straws and create that hole that you need for your soap. The soap has to harden around the straw, and then it will literally push through. I'll show it on the reveal, like how that works. But basically, you just push it through, and you have that hole at the end. It's kind of cool, you know. So I'm hoping that this will be a good bar of soap.
Process. I'm cutting down on my labor costs. And I'm making it easier on everybody who has to be a part of this little soap dream. So
I think I was talking about bringing my soap to a thick tray so that we don't have to wait around for these in order for them to stand up. If the soap's too thin, they'll fall over. And I was just commenting on how that saves time and labor because my employees aren't sitting around doing nothing.
Grab that isopropyl. I use 91%, and you just spritz it over the top, just like that. Just a nice even coat.
The reason I'm doing this is because I'm not going to be able to put the lid on this, so it's not going to insulate over the top. And so it's going to create soda ash, which is just a natural byproduct of the soap, but it looks ugly and you have to shave it off. It's unattractive. Isopropyl alcohol limits it. It might get a little bit on there, and that's not a big deal, but it's better than having it all over the soap, and because sometimes it can actually get very thick, and wherever it's at, it creates brittleness, and so you don't want to have to deal with that.
And what that does is prevent soda ash from getting into your soap. Anyway, check us out next week on the reveal. I'm going to have the reveal from last week up soon on that peaches and cream soap. I'm really hoping it turned out nice. And if you got to see the vanilla patchouli soap that I made, I'll post some pictures of how it turned out. It's real pretty. So anyway, this is Can You Soap With It? I'm Bill McConnell. I'm the owner of Whole Life Soaps, Brine, California. Come check us out if you're ever in the area. It's 6013 Park. Or you can buy our products online, wholelifesoaps.com. Peace.
Thanks for watching, folks. See you in a week.